about being a virgin or not being a virgin. All these things will matter in heaven. I hope. Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Stacia and welcome. In today's video, I'll be sharing with you 11 things I think you should not be ashamed about. The first thing I think you should not be ashamed of is being on a budget. Sometimes we all act like, oh, we are all rich. Maybe if your friend is richer than you don't want to tell the friend that, okay, this is the budget I've planned for the week or for the month. So I don't think it's something you should be ashamed of. Don't be ashamed of being on a budget or telling people that, oh, I can't afford that right now, I'm on a budget. I'm here to set the record straight. Don't be ashamed of being on a budget. Second thing I think you should not be ashamed of is starting all over. Sometimes we're always like, oh my god, what will people say, what will people think? They will think, oh, I'm a failure or something. And this goes to relationships, business, like literally anything in your life. Don't be afraid to start all over again. Like, we're all here to learn and unlearn and relearn. So don't be afraid of starting all over. Look at me now. I used to sell hair. At a point, I left that one. I started selling thrift clothes. I left it. I've tried different things. I've tried being a model. I've tried ushering. I've tried bottle girl. I've tried like everything. Like, don't be afraid to start over, because there's nothing shameful about it. Okay? And look at me now. I'm doing YouTube again. YouTube does not work. I pack my hair. I go to. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Don't be ashamed of starting all over. Okay? Third thing I think you should not be ashamed of is having illiterate parents. There is nothing shameful about your parents being like uneducated. There is nothing that is so shameful about having illiterate parents or uneducated parents, because guess what? They are trying their best. Okay? So stop saying, oh, my parents are not, presentable, or my parents are I'm so ashamed of my parents. Whenever other people's parents are coming out, now go and hide your parents somewhere, or you say, oh, no, my mom is not around. It's a lie. She's around. Show her. Anyways, don't be afraid or ashamed of illiterate parents. There's nothing shameful about it. Trust me. The fourth thing I think you should not be ashamed of is making the sign of the cross. Where are all my Catholic girlies? If you know me, you know anytime I pass in front of a Catholic church, I'm definitely going to make my sign of the cross. There is nothing shameful about it. It doesn't even have to be in front of your church. You can just be vibing and your spirit just say, oh, make the sign of the cross, and then you're not be looking around saying who is watching. Omo, it's you and your God though. Better make your sign of the cross and rest. So I don't think you should be ashamed of that. Okay? The thing I think you should not be ashamed of is repeating outfits. My dear, nobody's going to buy clothes for you or going to give you your money back. You paid for those outfits with your clothes. If you know me, you know I repeat clothes. There's nothing shameful about it. If you go on my Instagram, you will see that I've worn one particular black dress like 3 times, and guess what? I don't care. You bought this thing with your money. You should not be ashamed to repeat your clothes. If it's disposable, if you are meant to throw them away, they will come that way. Do you understand? They will come in a disposable way. So there's we have washing machine for a reason. Do you understand? Go and wash your clothes and repeat them. They are your clothes. Thank you very much. Another thing I think you should not be ashamed of is living with your parents. You're still living with your parents, and so what? What's so embarrassing about it? Some people will say, oh, no, I'm just squatting with them for a while. How can you say you're squatting with your parents? You are still with them, and so what? Do you know how much rent is saying outside? My guy, I don't even want to even dwell on this too much. You shouldn't be afraid if you are still living or squatting with your parents. The seventh thing I think you should not be ashamed of is what you do for work. There's nothing shameful about, I don't even want to cite any example, because there's nothing shameful about anything you do for work. Do you understand? Nobody's going to feed you. Nobody's going to put food on your table. Whatever you are doing for work to make ends meet, my dear, carry it on your head and keep talking about it, because nobody's going to feed you. Do you understand? So there's nothing shameful about what you do for work. One thing I think you should not be ashamed of is being a virgin. There's nothing shameful about being a virgin at a particular age. I've met people before and they are shameful about being a virgin. Like, I don't understand. And that leads me to my next point. I think this is like the 9th point, not being a virgin. There's nothing, they are not crowning anybody for virginity and not being a virgin. So there's nothing shameful about being a virgin or not being a virgin. All these things will matter in heaven, I hope. The second to the last one, or should I say the 10th one, is trying new food. Some people are always shy to say, I've not eaten this before. Then they will eat what they've not eaten before and go and start purging at home. If you go to a restaurant or you go to like a public place with your friends or whatever, I don't think it should be a thing of shame if you've not tried something before. It's not shameful. If you've not eaten all those, all those spag, all those pasta that has all those cream in it, you've not eaten it before, and then somebody is trying to look at you like, oh my god, you've not eaten it before. Say it with your full chest that yes, I've not tried it. There's nothing shameful about it. So don't be scared to say, oh, I've not tried new food or whatnot. It's not necessary. And the last but not the least point is going to therapy. There's nothing shameful about going to therapy. Everybody has trauma. Everybody has like things that they've been through and they need to walk through that. So there's nothing shameful about going to therapy, trying to be a better person, or trying to, clear out all those childhood traumas and whatnot. Anyway guys, those are the 11 tips I've shared today. If you want more, let me know because I have more. If you watched to this point, subscribe, like, comment and all of that good stuff, and thank you. Bye.